Calhoun County Council, November 25th, 2024 meeting to order. One guest invocation, please.
Yep. Are the microphones on? Okay. Let us pray. Dear Father, we ask for your guidance in the matters at hand. May we keep an open mind and work together in our decisions during this meeting. Amen.
Thank you. We have a motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moving second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. John, do we have any public comments?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay, we're now in a public hearing on ordinance 2024-12. The third reading of ordinance amending chapter 26 of the Calhoun County Code of Ordinances regarding the unlawfulness of excessive noise and nuisance. Now's your time if anyone have any comments. Hearing no comments or questions, the hearing on ordinance 2024-12 is now closed. May I have a motion for approval of third reading on ordinance 2024-12?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Okay. Motion for approval of the minutes, November 12th, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussions or corrections? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Appearances, Dave, Chojnacki, hurricane storm updates.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, everybody on council, good to be here. I'm going to start with the current storm that we just had, the rain and the flooding event. We had 5 roads that were damaged. All the roads are passable as of right now, according to our Public Works Director. That were county roads. County roads. We don't have anything to do with the state roads, so Burke Road, Calhoun Highway are still blocked. They'll get around to them when they can. Tandina Trail is not open fully. It's still blocked and closed at the part that is past the rice cleaning plant that's on that road. But that business is being serviced now by all the tractor trailers that it needs and coming in and going out. So they're open for business. Cody said he'll get that, the rest of it done shortly. He could open the road now if he wanted to, but he wants to get more dirt and gravel and stone inside there to keep the road passable. So, as you saw, probably some videos, that was pretty damaging with all of the water that came through. We had 2 homes that were reported to be flooded. One contacted the Red Cross and asked for some help. I suggested to another one that they have contact the Red Cross. We had a couple of homes that were damaged. One of them actually turned out to be just lack of maintenance, that they had some leaks in their roof that were pretty bad. We have a county threshold for damages. So every storm, we have to hit a threshold based upon population. Our threshold is $66,614.68. So I spoke with Cody today and received some information from Crystal, and we've exceeded 70,000 so far in damages. Now, that means it's materials, it's labor, it's maintenance on whatever vehicles they're using to repair the roads. So if you saw the emails that I sent out today that you were copied on, I mentioned that we hit the 70 and that we're okay for that. And then I received an email back from Emily Bentley, who's the chief of recovery and mitigation for SCEMD. She told me that they'll be contacting us to set up a preliminary damage assessment with FEMA soon. So I don't know that we have the declaration from FEMA yet. I don't think the governor has submitted for one yet. But once he does, we'll be included in that. Any questions on that? Of course, I'll come back if you want. Answer answer any questions you have. Okay, next, just a brief update on Hurricane Helene. You know, we were very fortunate. We did not receive, countywide, did not receive any damages to any of our public facilities, buildings, anything of that nature. We had a lot of homes that were flooded, a lot of damages that were done. Unfortunately, those homes, for those folks, they weren't their primary residence. And FEMA only makes sure that your primary residence is safe and you can get into. And I actually wrote an email to a person who had received some minor damages. And when I say minor damages, some leaks in their roof, maybe some shingles come off. We had quite a few homes that had that. A lot of folks lost their power, and in such, they lost their ability to keep their food cold past the day. So they lost a lot of food in that area. They would be eligible for any type of FEMA assistance if the county was eligible for FEMA assistance. So we weren't able to offer them that. There's a serious needs assistance program from FEMA that once a county is declared a disaster, they can, people can apply for that. That's not, though, to help people who lose power and lose food. That's for things like immediate needs, shelter, medicines, baby supplies, things like that that they might have lost. There's also a program called DSNAP, which is disaster food assistance, but you must have approval from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And they do that approval based on your federal emergency declaration. So we weren't able to help anybody with that. And so on October 10th, I wrote an email to a gentleman. I won't give you his name, but he was following up on some of the damages and was curious where the county was. And I just told him that we had 0 homes destroyed. If we want to get FEMA assistance, first thing for residents is we have to have a mix of damages throughout the county. So homes that were destroyed, homes that might have been majorly damaged, homes that were minorly damaged, and then anybody else who is affected. They lost power, they had some minor leaks, but their home is still safe and secure. So they can still live in their home. Those all add up. But to be qualified for individual assistance, we have to have damages to homes destroyed, a lot of major damage. And if you look through social media from Hurricane Helene, and you look at the counties north from us, Orangeburg, a lot of those counties, you'll see a lot of damages that occurred. But again, these have to be primary residences. Other than that, we had, you know, as I mentioned, the food, we had some shingles off of a few roofs. And then, of course, the power outages. And that was basically all the damages, fortunately for the county, that we sustained. Let's see. Oh, and lastly, if anybody, and I could use your help with this when you're talking with your constituents that you represent, I'd be more than glad to go into anybody and work with them on doing an assessment on how to prepare for an emergency. Things like what kind of a generator, if they decide to do that, would benefit them, how much they might need in power, how often they should plug in their generator to keep their food working, some alternative means to cook, preparations that they can take to make sure that their home is, and their property is a little stronger against storms and damages. So people can reach out to me, they can send me an email, they can call my office, they can call this main number here, and they can forward that over to my office. I'll get back to them and be able to help. So that would be a benefit if anybody wants to take me up on that. That's my report, sir. If you have any questions or anybody, I'd be glad to answer.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you already have a one-page sheet, a cheat sheet like you just talked about, as far as how often you need to plug your refrigerator up that we could realistically give out versus making a presentation like it needs to be plugged in for 12 hours, could be off for 10 hours, or?
Usually they say 1 hour for every 8 hours. You have to run your refrigerator, your freezer 1 hour for every 8 hours, so 3 hours a day. I don't have one. Ready.gov has a lot of good information. There's just a ton of preparedness information out there. When I go into the schools and teach my GEMS program, Junior Emergency Managers program, I give them that kind of material out so that they can take it home to their parents, discuss it with them, and so they have some of that. But I can certainly gather some information, forward it to you, and then you'd be able to forward it off to anybody who requests.
Yeah, I think a one-page document would do a lot of good to a lot of people, just to have, how long do you need to do that?
It would
So that's a
get
good
them to
call.
start thinking about what they
Right.
should do and what they could do for the next one.
Right,
We're almost done with hurricane season.
right, 5 more days.
December 1st does not mean we're done with hurricanes, so we can still have it
That'd be good.
after that, yeah.
Thank you.
There's one question, and you may not can answer it out, understand. We talk about people who lost food with the power out. I don't know how much power outage folks had, but I'm thinking, does it have to be a criteria for insurance companies to get involved? I knew one time when we had, you may not can answer that
No,
question, but
Mr. Chairman, I can answer that question. That's a very good question. I should have put that in here. FEMA only helps underinsured or uninsured residents during a disaster when they have individual assistance. First step is you must go through your insurance company and file a claim. And if they pay you, that's great. FEMA could still supplement what they paid, because they're probably not gonna cover all of your damages. But you must go through your insurance company first. If you don't have insurance, that's fine. You just need to prove that you put a claim in if you do have insurance and that you were denied. So, and with the food in that, a lot of people didn't wanna put in a claim because it's probably gonna raise their rates, and they're not gonna, it's not worth their benefit to put in such a claim, and I can certainly understand that. But yes, you must put in that, if you have insurance, you have to go through your insurance and be denied first.
anyone else?
No, sir.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate what y'all done.
Thank you.
We all had
I'd
a
like to
tough
thank-
situation, but we were fortunate we weren't Orangeburg County. I know what they're going through, but
Yeah.
y'all did a good job anyway, and we appreciate it. We know some folks probably got upset, because I don't blame them, and, when something like that happens to you, you get upset, and I think y'all did a good job in letting them know that we were doing the best that we can, so we appreciate what you guys did. Thank you.
And I'd like to also thank the guys at Public Works that were out there too, certainly, putting in the time, and fielding the calls with people upset that we haven't gotten to them yet. So, certainly, I think we've kind of made our rounds now, but thank you, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Nothing else under appearances. We have several resolutions. Resolution 20-24, a resolution providing for the elimination of an at-large grade crossing, repealing all prior actions in conflict herewith, and other purposes as Hemlock Road crossing. John, you want to explain a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. Whereas it is within the authority of Calhoun County, South Carolina, to voluntarily eliminate grade crossings within the county road system, and whereas it has been determined reasonably necessary in the interest of public safety to eliminate highway grade crossing Hemlock Road, DOT number 720-909P, Railroad Milepost, South Carolina 94.36, and whereas it has been determined that the enhancement of public safety resulting from such elimination of the grade crossing will outweigh any inconvenience to the reasonable passage of public traffic, specifically included without limitation, emergency vehicle traffic caused by rerouting such traffic. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Commission of Calhoun County, and it hereby established by authority of the same as follows. The county hereby directs the elimination of the highway grade crossing Hemlock Road, DOT number 720-909P, Railroad Milepost SC 94-36. A copy of this resolution shall be served on Norfolk Southern Corporation. Upon receipt of a signed resolution, Norfolk Southern Corporation shall, at its expense, physically remove the crossing from the tracks and beyond the ends of the cross ties on each side and erect an approved barricade and the county may remove or alter the remaining approaches to the crossing as deemed necessary. It is understood that this voluntary closure will serve as an acceptable closure if and when it becomes necessary for the county to close an at-grade crossing in conjunction with opening a new crossing elsewhere. Other safety requirements at this new crossing are to be expected as part of approval. All ordinance or parts of ordinances in conflict within are repealed. So resolved this 25th day, November 2024. And yes, sir, Chairman, Council, ultimately, section 4 there, in conjunction with opening of a new crossing elsewhere. As you may recall, with the project Burla Carbon, that Merle came and talked to you a couple months ago from Orangeburg about, and the announcement was in the paper. We had approved years ago for Calhoun County to give up one crossing and Orangeburg County to give up one crossing. Norfolk Southern requires 2 to be given up to gain 1 new one. And so that's the requirements, and that's, Orangeburg gave theirs up almost 6 years ago now, and now that the project has announced, we're needing to do the same. So that's the resolution put forth.
Have a motion for approval of resolution 10-24.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Resolution 11-2024. Resolution confirming a commitment to take additional capacity. Lake Marion Regional Water Agency.
Yes, sir. Whereas Calhoun County is a member of the Lake Marion Regional Water Agency, and whereas Calhoun County has a current water capacity allocation of 0.61 million gallons per day based on the current Lake Marion Regional Water Agency finished water treatment plant capacity of 8.5 million gallons per day. And whereas the Lake Marion Regional Water Agency is planning to increase the capacity of its finished water treatment plant located in Santee, South Carolina, from 8.5 million gallons a day to 12.5 million gallons a day. And whereas Calhoun County needs additional water capacity to support community and economic development, public safety, fire suppression, and public health. Now therefore be it resolved that Calhoun County Council does hereby commit to paying the capital and reoccurring costs necessary to reserve and secure an additional 0.661 million gallons per day upon completion of the finished water plant upgrade. So yes, sir, this one is one that certainly is a good thing to have. You know, originally with the 8.5 million gallons a day, we're hitting that now. Okay, so we've grown that water system enough to where we're having to grow the treatment capacity, which is a good thing. The more people we tie on, the less it is for each individual customer that comes on. Calhoun County, we have the 610,000, but we need an additional 610,000 as we back into the numbers with adding on the town of Cameron, adding on the town of St. Matthews, and then any potential economic development growth in the near future. So we're close to the 0.61 now with Stump Hole and Low Falls and Hickory Springs water plant. And so we feel like we need to double that capacity.
See if we got anything to add to that, you?
No, he covered it quite well.
Okay. Motion for approval of resolution 11-2024.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Resolution 12-2024. Removal of properties from the joint county industrial park with Lexington County.
Yes, sir. So whereas Calhoun County pursuant to ordinance 95-6 entered into an agreement for development of a joint county industrial park dated December the 11th, 1995, and subsequently amended by several amendments with Calhoun County. And whereas pursuant to the agreement, the boundaries of the park created within may be amended pursuant to resolutions of county councils of Calhoun County and Lexington County. And whereas Lexington County has determined certain properties no longer need to be included in the park. And whereas it is now desired that the boundaries of the park be reduced to remove various parcels in Calhoun County. Now therefore be it resolved by Calhoun County Council that the agreement is hereby amended to remove the properties described in the attachment Exhibit A to this resolution. And what that is, I don't know if you have it, but you've got a number of parcels there, TMS numbers. What this is, council, is back in 1995, this was put together, and then the farmer's market, where it's located now, these are all farmer's market parcels, okay? Lexington County offered a SSRC, a special source revenue credit, back then to them, and that has now expired. And so since that's expired, then they need to take this off of the multi-county industrial park. And that's the request, is Lexington County asking Calhoun County to remove these from the multi-park.
Okay. May I have a motion for approval of resolution 12-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Now we're down to, we didn't have any old business, we're down to new business.
Yes, sir.
The 2025 schedule of meetings, we need approval on that, and the 2025 holiday schedule, we need approval on that. We'll do them one at a time. We have a motion for everybody, hope everybody had a chance to see the, well, I don't know whether we had that listed or not, but I assume we'll still follow protocol on what we've been doing there in the meetings. So may I have a motion to approve the 2025 schedule of meetings?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. I need a motion for approval of the hope everybody had, I got, did everybody get one of those in the package?
It was an email.
Okay. So I need a motion for approval of the 2025 holiday schedule.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. So, John, we're down to you.
Yes, sir. I've got one thing. I'd like to, it's a pleasure to finally introduce our new CFO, Finance Director, Mr. Travis Crocker. He's sitting back there with Dave. He came on last week. As you know, James O. left us here several months ago, and we have been looking and talking and begging and pleading for a finance director that knew what he was doing, or she. But ultimately, Travis applied. He's got really good experience and knowledge. He has served with the South Carolina Office of State Auditor. He was a senior accountant with the County of Lexington Finance Department. He was a senior deputy auditor with the County of Lexington Auditor's Office. He was also Chief Finance Officer and Capital Projects Finance Coordinator for Lexington School District 2. And so he's got county working knowledge, but what I like also is he's got school knowledge that we can certainly help understand and help through that process. So like I said, we want to welcome him to the family, and certainly hopefully he'll be with us for a long time. And that's it for me, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, just want to say we got a chance to talk with Travis the other day at the administrative meeting. Just want to compliment John and Richard on the hiring. Y'all bringing in some good people, good young staff in this county, what we need. So we want to tell you we appreciate that. Appreciate y'all taking the time and bringing that staff on board, because we've done a good job building our staff, so we appreciate it. Any council member have anything?
I do.
Rebecca?
I'd like to let everybody know that the Sandy Run Christmas Parade is on December 21st at 10 a.m. It's usually a pretty good parade. And also on December the 14th, the Sandy Run Museum is having a vintage ornament workshop and gift wrapping. That's $15 per person, but if you want to have your presents wrapped, you can bring them in there and get them wrapped and just donate whatever you like. So that is on December the 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the museum is at 197 Old Sandy Run Road, right by the fire department.
Thank you, ma'am, for that information. Anyone else?
No, sir.
Hearing nobody else, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for coming.